Australia. I am 22 years old.
I used to have a bureaucratic job there in the government.
And then the contract was coming to an end.
So left work, left the city, and quit my job and started traveling.
This is Southeast Asia, one of the main attractions for people who travel all around the world. We're going to follow them to understand what they quit job, leave family and friends, and they become backpackers.
I left France in 2007, so almost 3 years.
Ho iniziato a viaggiare dalla California e attraverso il Messico, Belize, Guatemala, tutto il Centro America, Sud America fino al Cile, tutto via terra.
I went to India first for 5 weeks and then I've been in
Australia, Japan, China.
And now it's been more than 6 months I'm in Cambodia.
From here I'll go to Europe and work my way down around the Mediterranean to the Middle East.
Most of backpackers are between 18 and 30 years old. For some of them, backpacking is just a year gap before or after uni. But for others, it's a proper career break, a time off to fulfill your dream and reach new goals.
Why don't you open up, we talk? We are ready for the...
It was the most irrational decision I ever took, but I just felt like doing it.
I think when you're my age, you have the opportunity to go traveling.
You know, it's just a passion that I've had. You know, you kind of get the taste of traveling, and you always want to keep going. And
I want to do everything, so I'm just traveling to do everything, and then I will choose what I really want to do. I like to have I think few lives, lots of different lives in one, because I get bored quickly. I think I don't know. I like to change. I like to see the new landscape.
we experience a whole new culture. You can't read. You can read so much about a culture, but you really have no idea on it until you actually live it.
Different. If you go on a holiday, you're just enjoying your time. Just see a little bit, look a little bit to like wherever you are, see the nature and maybe like temples or whatever. And if you're traveling, you just meet so many people, and it's not only the traveling, but it's also the people.
Well, travel is kind of, it becomes like almost a way of life.
Every once in a while I get afraid and I think, what am I doing with my life? But I think traveling is one of the best things that you can do with your time.
Una libertà totale, senza burocrazia, senza vincoli, senza regole, solamente quelle della convivenza con gli altri nei paesi.
Become a globetrotter, change your daily perspective. Without comfort, plan, or security choice, your mind comes into a new step of life, where indecision means options, and instability becomes freedom.
I always travel by myself.
Not a lot of people would quit their jobs to travel for 2 years, so...
I was supposed to be doing Thailand, just Thailand, Malaysia and Singapore, with a friend, but things changed, she changed her mind, blah blah blah, so a few days before Australia I found out I was doing it by myself, and it's worked out really well actually.
If you travel with somebody, guess what? You know, you spend so much time with them, you start to get on each other's nerves. So there's a certain freedom to traveling by yourself.
I deliberately chose not to fly.
And ever since we've been travelling by bus everywhere, caught some trains in Vietnam.
So most of the times I share rooms with like people that I meet like in the bus.
Fanno delle tratte in gruppo, poi ci si incontra, comunque non ci si sente raramente solo, capita a volte ma ci rimane raramente.
It's a real nomad tribe based on new media technology and local connection. Hardly someone will see your stuff in a hostel, but you will find impossible hide your boots from the crabby of your roommate.
A lot of people sort of live their life in a very serial fashion, working towards something in hopes that, you know, there's something achievable and attainable constantly. You work hard in school so you can get a good job. You work hard at your job so you can have a nice retirement, provide for your family. You work with your family and work hard so that you can have a nice retirement.
Sembra che non ci sia mai il momento giusto per farlo. E io non è che adesso sono partito perché ero arrivato al momento giusto per farlo. Sono partito perché finalmente avevo deciso di farlo.
Most of the people say that they would like travel. If they like travel, they would do it anyway, so...
A lot of people are still too scared to travel. A lot of people like their home.
If something happens, I could always go back. You know? If there was a catastrophe or something, I could always go back.
It just makes you realise that there's so much more to life, and even if you're not from a small country town like we are, wherever you're from, everybody does everything differently, and it's really amazing to be able to live your life in somebody else's country.
You can get inspiration out of anything you see anywhere and people you meet anywhere, and then when you're meeting such like extreme and different people from all around the world, like you become more aware of so many more things.
Unlike other people that go confused and come back with answers, I left with answers and I'm coming back confused.
You learn that it's not so different like you could think. Before you start to travel, you think that there would be a huge difference between countries and people, but you start to figure out that's also it's very similar one thing. People are people everywhere. That's what you learn.
If I was going back to a job, I'd probably say you are a lot more open-minded and flexible, and I think that's really important to employers these days because they want somebody they can mould and change, and globalisation is dynamic, so they want people to be changing and moving, and I think that's what our generation can give. We're very flexible.
It's a nomad revert. What used to be stable, presetting, and perfectly organized, now is liquid and without properly formed. Sociologists call this phenomenon postmodernism area, a fluid, uncertain, and modular age, where you can settle down and waiting for someone to show to you a new one-way road, or you can surf in it, taking anything and anything that is gonna give to you.